All right, so Pat Martino simplified a lot of things. Rhythm changes is no exception to that, okay? So if you want to play rhythm changes, but you get overwhelmed over all the different chord changes that happen every other beat and all that, this video is for you, all right? Because what Pat Martino did is he thought of less stuff. And what I did in that intro there was I didn't play a lot of different, like, I played a lot of stuff, but I didn't think in terms of like that scale, that scale, that scale. So I only thought about one thing and one thing only. Bear with me. So what I did was I thought about C minor. And what do you mean with that, you might ask? C minor. Why that works is because we're talking B flat, right? We're talking 1-6-2-5 or 3-6-2-5. What happens then is a C minor is literally, I'm thinking about everything as like, okay, it's a 2-5-1 in B flat. That is how I think about it, okay? But like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of thinking, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's not how I comp. That is just how I think when improvising. That is why it's simplified, why it becomes easier to solo, and that is why you can create longer lines because it's just 2-5-1 in B flat, all right. And when it goes like, it's just an easier way to think about it, in my opinion, and just that is how I don't become overwhelmed because I get overwhelmed easily. So think C minor, and how do you think C minor? Well, you use formations that Pat Martino teaches in his book, Linear Expressions. There are 4, he actually teaches 5 of them. I teach them. In my course, I teach 4 of them. And you can get the course down below if you want to get a deep dive into how to improvise. All right? So you don't have to buy anything more after that. That is like the only thing you need is that course if you want to transform your playing forever. Basically, what it is, you learn 4 formations. And one of them, let's say we're in C minor, that will look... That is the first one, and you can get all the formations for free in the PDF down below too. Right, that works really good over this 1-6-2-5. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Really good thing. And now I'm just playing the formation up and down too. So that means you can just play this formation up and down and it sounds really good from the top. Like you don't even have to play a scale and then kind of make some lines like, you don't have to do that. Just you just play this up and down. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Just learn all the formations and just play them up and down literally. This is formation number 4. Works really good over rhythm changes. For example, that's just an example of how you can use that. And I'm using it up and down. That is formation number 4, and then it repeats itself for number 1. So formation number 1 starts on the low E from the root, so C minor. So all right, that's just an example of how you can play it over a rhythm change bass. Right, so just how you can use these formations, and the real magic happens when you start using them together, because then you're actually like so it's like you get all these phrases for free when you start using them together, and using them together, how you do that is you literally learn how to pivot them. This in G minor, by the way, but C minor. Right? It's like you need to start opening up. So you learn these formations up and down, and then you start using them like in a way so you can kind of right. You gotta kind of, you got to tie them up. You got to connect them all so you become this lick. You got all these like licks, and you start being creative with all the ways you can pivot and all that. That is the most fun thing ever, like learning them in that kind of way. And that is why you should definitely, if you want to transform your playing, you should definitely get the course down below. If you're like on the, if you think this kind of stuff is interesting and nice, I literally go in extreme detail on how you do that in the course below. Literally how to connect all the different ways. I literally show you how to connect all the formations in a way that's like seamless, and also another thing that is really important is learning the diminished scale, right? And that is something in rhythm changes. Pat Martino did that a lot too, like using, right? Kind of sounds like a C minor there, but then here you go up diminished. So it's like using the diminished, use them with the formations. You use the diminished, you use the formations, and you basically apply some language to that too. And you have a practice schedule too. And then you basically have everything you need to create wonderful solos. And did I go through how you do it over rhythm changes? So 2-5-1, like the first part is long 2-5-1 to B flat, and this is just how you improvise. And then it goes 2-5-1 to E flat, so you gotta find a way to land on the E flat, and then over the E diminished. Then I like to play the diminished, the one diminished, right? Right. And that is just a half whole scale starting from the E flat. And that is just something that I can talk about in another video. But that's basically it. That's how Pat Martino would do it, right? So he would play long 2-5-1 to B flat, and then also he would play 2-5-1 to E flat over the when it goes to E flat. So it's basically just 2-5-1 to E, and then it goes to 4. That is what you need to know about rhythm changes to be able to like create really beautiful melodic solos. Don't overcomplicate it, right? So that is basically how Pat Martino simplified rhythm changes, and he simplified a lot of things. Rhythm changes is literally no exception. So start playing around with this concept, and as I said, if you need expert help, get the course down below. You will not regret it. You can always DM me on Instagram if you have any tips. Well, if you have any tips, you can DM me on Instagram. But if you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. That's GuitArmin on Instagram. Other than that, I hope you get a wonderful time practicing your guitar, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.